So today, a little bit of horticulture here in western Alabama. We're gonna be looking at some wild daffodils got growing in the yard, and these have really been popping up here quite a bit the past few weeks. Being early spring, it's first week of March, and as you can see here, I've got some blossoms on this group of bulbs right here. I don't have a lot. I'd like to have some more, so we're going to go through the process of trying to mate some of these flowers and try to harvest some seeds from them later. Now, because I don't have very many blossoms, oh, you see we have some more here. There's bulbs in the ground there. They're perennial flowers. These don't have any blossoms on them. Sometimes they don't produce blossoms. I've had bulbs not produce blossoms 2-3 years in a row. But because I don't have many, coming over here to the neighbor's yard. Now, a few weeks ago I noticed the neighbor had a bunch of bulbs growing here, and it had a lot of blossoms on them. As you can see now, they're dead and withered, but at the time they were really coming in nice. Now I'm not suggesting you go to your neighbor's property to steal flowers. This is actually a vacant lot. That's an empty house there. Neighbor owns the land, but nobody lives here. I actually just came over here to help some of these flowers cross-pollinate, and we'll go through that process here in a little bit. But as you can see, the result of that, we do have some pregnant flowers here. Sorry guys for the spotty video. I got to keep pausing for cars going by, or else it'll get too loud. But for those of you who didn't know, you're in good company, because I didn't know until a couple weeks ago that when you see flowers like this right here, with this bulge at the end of the stem, that's essentially the flower being pregnant. So I came over here a few weeks ago and tried to get the neighbor's flowers to cross-pollinate with each other, and it looks like that's pretty successful. We have quite a few pregnant flowers here, and we're going to pop one of these off and take it inside and cut it open to kind of see what these seeds are going to look like. This will be a learning experience for me as well. I think the seeds are supposed to get pretty dark when it's a yellow daffodil like this, and they're going to be more of like a milky white. So we'll probably cut another one open here in about a week or so, see if we get something a little more matured. But yeah, that'll be in a second video after this. Let's go ahead and grab one and take it inside, and we'll probably pop that one off right there. It looks like it's got quite a few seeds in it. All right, so we got our bulb here. I hope you can see that well. Now I just took my knife and cut it off the top of the stem, real gentle. I'm not an expert at this, guys, but I had read somewhere that it's not good to cut down your daffodils too early. In the past, I'll run them over with the mower when summer comes around and it starts to be mowing season, which is a bit earlier here in Alabama, obviously, just with the heat and the rain. But I had read that the leafy parts of the flower obviously are going to be soaking up all that sunlight, and that's where all the energy is going to be stored via those green leaves, and it's stored in the bulb. So if you're not getting a lot of blossoms on your daffodils, I had read that it's because we're cutting the daffodils back too early, and you're limiting that window of time that the flower has to absorb some of that sunlight and store that energy in the bulb for next year. So I wouldn't recommend just ripping the whole thing up out of the ground or cutting it at the base. Just cut the that kind of pregnant bulb off the top there, and let the rest of that green leaf kind of continue to live for a little while and soak up some of that energy. So I'm going to cut this open. I just read on the internet somewhere that these yellow daffodils will probably have some black seeds. I'm not seeing that yet. I had also seen somewhere that it's a good time to pick them when this bulb here is a little bit of a darker green and it's not as squishy. Oh, my bad. Hopefully you can see that. You want it to be a bit of a harder texture. Just kind of lets you know that it's ripe, more ripe, and ready to have the seeds harvested. So get kind of close. Hopefully it'll focus here. Probably won't. I'm just filming this on an old phone camera, but once I get it in my hand, maybe I can focus it a bit better. I'm going to cut these seeds out of here, try and get one. All right, so you can see them there, these little white bulbs, right? It's kind of that milky white, it's full of clear liquid. If I pressed it with my finger, it wouldn't take that much force. It would flatten and a bunch of liquid would shoot out of there. But yeah, that's basically it. So we're gonna try and cut one open again in a few weeks, see if they're a little blacker, see if they look a little different. I already stuck some of these in a little tiny planter up on the windowsill with a little bit of water, wondering if maybe this will still grow, produce a sprout. But yeah, there'll be a part two. We'll look at some of these seeds that have matured for maybe another week or two. We'll check on the seeds that I got stuck in this planter on the windowsill, and that'll be that. The reason for this video is to, oh, hold on. Well, I guess the camera's not going to flip around on me. I thought it would. The reason for this video is really just to kind of share my interest in wildflowers and my learning experience and seeing how to cultivate them, get them to, I guess, multiply. I want to see more of them in my yard. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If there's anything new, I've got some pear trees and some other stuff I'd like to show at some point. This is obviously my first video. It's obviously very terrible, but hopefully there'll be more to come and it'll be getting a bit better. You like that? All right, bye.